So hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you kind of a different video today. I wasn't too sure what to do. I was going to do that splash screens video, that top 10 splash screens, but really it's kind of hard actually, that one, because it's just like, I was just going to go with the ones that popped in my head, the ones that were most memorable, but at the same time I don't know if that's the best way to judge it, so I've left that video to at least tomorrow or maybe the next day. I'm not too sure. But anyway, I've got a video. This is a video I wanted to do. I completely forgot about doing it. I was actually going to do it like after the secret age, after we originally got it, but the problem was I just completely forgot about this. So we talked about it in the podcast. If you watched the podcast with me, Nuke, DT and Ted, we did talk. I think Nuke mentioned it anyway, and we talked about like possible things that we could add. I think Ted said he wanted to see Gil, and Nuke said a particular thing as well, but I'll talk about that because that's also my number one thing. But these are the top 5 things they can add as the next Road to Riches prize. I'll say next because what I'm hoping they do with this Road to Riches is they actually make it so, you know, there's constantly a coming soon, because I think that would be a really interesting, especially because we don't have levels anymore. It'd be interesting if we got a miscellaneous item every so often. Now, I was really hoping that we would actually get one of these items every big update. That's what I was hoping for, but unfortunately we didn't. We haven't got one yet. We haven't got the next one yet. So my sort of guess to when we'll be getting the next one, I think it's going to be Halloween or Christmas. I think that's probably the most logical thing. If not, maybe we'll actually be waiting a whole year. I don't know. But Halloween is my guess for when we're going to get this. And I think we probably would get it. It would make sense just to have it in Halloween. Because, of course, it's, you know, a big holiday where a lot of people will be playing Tapped Out. I imagine in the summer a lot of people probably aren't playing it as much. I'm not too sure. Whatever. Anyway, so today I'm going to give you my top 5 items that I think they can add in this thing. So the Road to Riches thing, I feel like, is although it is stuff that you would expect a rich person to buy, like, you know, the gardens, we also get stuff like a rock and a hard place, and we also got the hydraulic dam, which doesn't really seem like a thing that a rich person would even buy, so it just seems a bit weird. So I actually think what they're doing with the whole Road to Riches thing is, I believe anyway, they're using this just to throw in some miscellaneous things. That's what I think they're doing, and I think it's kind of obvious, but so for that reason, I'm going to do my top 5 things I think they're going to do. So anyway, let's get into it. So number 5, I've gone with Boskie Island. So you're probably thinking, what the hell is Boskie Island? Now, Boskie Island is actually an island the Simpsons visited on their yacht. So it would be something you place in the water. What's interesting about this is one of the locations on this island is actually the Mermaid Petting Zoo, and we recently got this in the third act of the Time Traveling Toaster event. So it would be interesting if we actually got the island itself, and we were able to place it in the sea. Obviously, it would take up quite a lot of space, I think. It does look quite similar to one of those other islands we've already got in the game, but I think it would be interesting if we could place it. I know it would take up a lot of space, but it would, I just think it would be cool to have in the game. I think it is a good potential for this, because I can't really see any other update they can really add it in, and I think that's probably the big thing with the whole Road to Riches thing. It's stuff that they, can't add into any other update, or it's just really awkward to put into another update, so I think that is a real potential, and I would like to see it. I think it would be really awesome to have in the game. Anyway, number 4 is the Springfield mystery spot. So this is kind of odd, I know, and you're probably thinking, what the hell is this? So this is something that's just off the coast of, like, just on the border of Springfield. It's just a big mystery thing. I guess they could add this in Halloween. I guess it would make sort of sense, but I think it is interesting because I don't really see any other update that they could add it in. Someone also on, I think it was Reddit, someone proposed that they could add this. It'd be an interesting location. Maybe if you click it, it could also do something unique. I saw one suggestion saying that maybe if you click it and you go on it, it actually brings you to a random friend's town. So like when you click on it, you go into it, basically you fall into a different dimension. So you go to a random friend's town, and that's where you end up, and then you can do what you want in that friend's town. That would be an interesting feature for it, I guess, and maybe it could earn cash as well. Obviously, so far, the Road to Riches items we've got have all been decorations. They have not been actual buildings that earn us cash. But it would be interesting to actually see this in the game. I would like to actually do... It would be interesting if we saw this mystery spot thing in the game, and they could do something interesting with it. Number 3 is Mount Useful. So, Mount Useful is... actually a mountain in Springfield. Yeah, that's as best as I've got. So this is actually, yeah, so this is the mountain that the plant workers all sort of climb as a team, you know, as a collective. They all climb it, and then I think it's Homer and Mr. Smithers, I think, is it? I'm not too sure. It's Homer and someone, anyway, gets stuck in a cabin on the mountain. Of course, we've already got the Murderhorn Mountain, which is the highest mountain in Springfield, so it would be interesting to get Mount Useful and then, you know, like, next to it, and we could put it next to it. Obviously, it would be a bit smaller than it's a bit smaller than the Murderhorn, but it would be interesting to have in the game another kind of cool mountainous mountain, you know, decoration. And again, it's quite miscellaneous. There isn't really anything, you know, I can't really see anything else they can add them in. Also, I do apologise that the pictures have to be like on this little template thing I made. I hope you like this template. It's me pointing at them. I had to make this template because I think they don't like it when I show the pictures like in full view. They get triggered. Anyway, number 2 is Hailstones. So this is interesting because I think this is a real good potential as well. Now Hailstones, some people say, Nuke was saying that he thinks it's an attachment to the mall. I honestly always thought it was a completely separate building, like it was just a second thing, but it does appear like it is attached to the mall, a bit like how we've got the Heavenly Hills Mall, haven't we? And that's got its 2 attachments. So I don't know if this would be an attachment for the Springfield Mall. The Springfield Mall is already pretty small as it is, so I don't really know how they'd put this attachment onto it. But I guess it could be a potential thing, so it is an attachment for the mall. But I would like to see this as its own separate building, and that could earn us cash. I think it would be interesting to have this in the game. And again, it is one of those items where they don't really have anything to add it in. I guess Christmas would work if they added it into Christmas, but really they don't really have much updates to really add Hailstones. So it would be an interesting one to give us in the Road for Riches. Of course, we've already got the sound files in the game, so they definitely have tried to develop it before. They've at least done something because they've obviously got the sound files. So yeah, very good potential for the Road to Riches, and I think it would be awesome. And then our number 1 spot, can we have that drum roll? Of course, it's the world's largest toilet. So, I think this is a real potential, and I really do hope this is what they're going to be giving us. Of course, the world's largest toilet is already in the game files. It's already been designed, it sounds there, everything's there. I think even a hacker managed to actually get it in his town, actually place it in his town. I'm not too sure if that picture was fake though, it may have just been photoshopped, but I have seen a picture where someone's actually got it in their town next to a sit and rotate, but it may have very well be photoshopped because it wouldn't be hard to do that. But I think it is a really good potential for this event, not for the event, for this next prize, and because mainly, like, let's be honest, it's the most miscellaneous thing they could possibly add. Now, everyone was thinking this would be like the sort of the next aspirational building after we got the popsicle stick, the magnifying glass, and the escalator, and the sit and rotate. Everyone thought that this would be the next thing we would get because it would just makes the most sense, doesn't it? That it's the next big, weird, stupid, wacky item that's in Springfield. But of course, alas, we didn't get it. It never got added, and so a lot of people were a bit annoyed. And I was hoping maybe it would have got added in the Wild West update because, of course, this is in, like, close to the desert part of Springfield. It's, like, close to the whole Badlands, I think it's called, or, like, all the desert-y part of Springfield. So it would have made sense if they gave us it in the Wild West update, but they didn't do that either. So it's just kind of there, and we never really got it. But I think this is a perfect update to give it us. Of course, it's something a stupid rich person would probably get, just for the shits and giggles. But, yeah, I definitely want to see it in the game. I think it is a real good potential for a Road to Riches prize, and I think everyone would enjoy it. It's just funny. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video where we're just talking about Road to Riches prizes. If there's any other things from the Simpsons that aren't in the game yet, which you think are very good potentials for Road to Riches, please leave them down in the description. And if I get enough suggestions, I could do a part 2 to this video where I talk about your guys' suggestions. I wouldn't mind doing that, actually. So if you guys have got any suggestions to things they could add, definitely please leave them in the description, and I'll try and do a video on them. Like I said before at the start of the video, I'm going to be trying to do that splash screen video. Honestly though, I'm a bit kind of lost in videos at the minute. I don't know what to do really. I'm out of ideas currently, but I think I definitely will be. One thing I am going to be doing is Doesn't matter. I can't reveal it. I want it to be a surprise. Anyway, yeah. Sorry. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you next video. Please comment. Goodbye.